They watched me from the trees, trapped by wolves in the frozen wilds of Canada. I didn't hear them at first, but I could feel their eyes, and when I turned, they were already circling. Daniel Moore, 41, experienced outdoorsman and nature photographer, set out on a solo winter expedition through the remote forests of northern Alberta, Canada. He was documenting moose migrations, hoping to capture rare shots in the pristine snow-covered landscape. He had gear, food, satellite GPS, and full confidence. I wasn't afraid of animals. I was afraid of bad weather, maybe falling through ice. But wolves? I respected them. I didn't think they'd ever come close. On the fourth day of the trip, temperatures dropped to -27 degrees Celsius. The forest was silent. Too silent. As Daniel moved through the snow-covered trees, he saw something that made him stop. Tracks. Huge ones. Too fresh. Too many. At first I thought it was just one wolf. Then I noticed there were 5 sets of prints. No pattern. They weren't just passing through. They were tracking me. He looked around. Nothing. But he knew. They were there. That night, he set up camp earlier than usual, built a fire, pitched his tent, placed his gear, but the unease wouldn't leave him. Around 2 a.m., he heard it. Not a howl, just soft crunching, snow under paws. He unzipped the tent slightly and peeked. Eyes. 6 glowing eyes in the darkness, watching, silent, unmoving. I froze. It was like something from a nightmare. They didn't approach. They didn't blink. They just stared. For 3 hours the wolves circled his campsite. They didn't rush him. They didn't flee. They studied him, tested his reactions. When he shined his flashlight, they stayed just outside the beam. He kept the fire alive, drank coffee to stay alert. He loaded his flare gun, just in case. It wasn't about fangs or growls. It was about the waiting, the psychology of it. I felt like prey, not because they attacked, but because they knew they could. At dawn, they were gone. No sound, no trace, just paw prints in the snow, and steam still rising from where they'd stood. He packed and moved. Fast, no breakfast, just snowshoes, a compass, and instincts. But the wolves weren't done. 2 hours later, he saw them again, standing in the open. 3 of them now, bigger than he expected, lean, intelligent, patient. He pulled out the flare gun. I didn't want to shoot. I didn't want to challenge. I just raised it high and fired. The flare screamed into the sky. Wolves didn't flinch, but they backed away. Slowly, eyes still locked. Then, one by one, they disappeared into the trees. Daniel reached a ranger station that night, exhausted, shaking, hallucinating from cold and lack of sleep, but alive. People think wolves are just big dogs. They're not. They're ghosts with teeth,